Welcome to the part 2 of this suit sewing series, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to make this suit's side pocket and the side panel. If you haven't watched the part 1, go back and watch that video so you know how we got here. So now you're just going to cut a square shaped fabric that will be enough for the wideness of your pocket. Then you place a gum stay with same size on it. Okay, I place my gum stay. You can see the way I place my gum stay. Make sure you give this a good press. Now after you have ironed it, you're going to cut out the excesses there. Okay, you can see, then you give it a press again. So for this I'll be needing 4 pieces for the I'll be needing 4 pieces, 2 for both 2 for one pocket and 2 for the other. So now you are going to fold this like this. After folding this, you are going to split it into 2. Remember I said 4. Firstly, you're going to split it into 2. Then after you split it, you are still going to press it again. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, go back and check it. And also I'll leave the video on how to cut the pattern on how to cut suits. I have a video on this channel, so I'll leave the link in this video. Do well to check that video and be blessed. So now you can see I split into 2. Now I'm going to fold it around half inch. I'm going to fold this around half inch. Then you give it a good press. I'm going to do the same at this other one. Fold it same around half inch. Now I will do the same at this other one. Remember I said 4, you can see I've done 2, remaining 2. So I will do exactly the same thing I did for the first one for this one also. You're going to fold it into 2, you split it, then you fold it half inch. Okay, you're going to fold it half inch. Please subscribe to this channel, like and share all these videos so those that need to learn this will gain from this video. They will learn a lot from this video. So do well to subscribe and like this video. Okay, now we are going to the sewing of the pocket next. So now we are, remember if you have watched part 1, I said the width of this pocket is 6.5. so I've already marked my 6.5. Then I will be marking the same 6.5 using the points I've already marked on the front panel to determine where my stitches will stop. Okay, first I'm going to mark this point, then I'll start sewing. Now from this I'm going to say around 1/4 of an inch. That is from the half inch you folded, you're going to sew around 1/4 away from the edge. You can see I sew it in between of the half inch that I folded, which is 1/4 of an inch. So now I've marked the other point where my pockets will stop. So I'm going to sew this other part also. the same thing I did, mark my pocket, then stop at the other side, and make sure when you're stitching this, make sure that when both stitches are equal. Yeah, make sure that both stitches are equal. Make sure that no one is looking at the other. Is the exact length. You are going to make sure of that. So I'm going to stop at this point. Now the next thing I'll be doing is opening the pockets. I'm going to cut this place out. You fold it, then you tear it at this point. Then you give a notch at both edges. So you do the same at the other parts. Also, you do the same, give a notch at this point, and also at the other point. So now I'm going to turn this inside. Okay, I'm going to turn this inside. Now after I have turned this inside, I will give it a very good press. Okay, I'm going to give this a very good press. So yeah, I'm done pressing it. So now I'm going to lock the pocket at the side. You can see I'm going to lock this tongue like thing that came out when I notched it. I'm going to lock it inside. So make sure you're cutting your thread when you're sewing. You do not want a rough work. So I will do the same at the other part also. The tongue like stuff that came out, you are going to stitch it, lock that place, and make sure you do not sew. Make sure you sew it only on the tongue part. Make sure you do not sew on the stitches do not get into the front part. You can see, and make sure it does not touch the front. So now the width of we can see is 6.5 inches exactly. So now I will be fixing my pocketing, my pocket bag or pocketing, whatever you call it. I will be fixing it. So I've already cut it out. Now I will just stitch it to the pocket that I've made. Now before I fix my pocket bag, I forgot to mention I will be locking the top. You can see I lock this place. So this double bone pocket will be stable. By the way, this pocket that I just did is called the double bone pocket. So it's when you're making a suit pocket, it's always a double bone pocket at the side. It's a flap in it. So I'm going to lock the down also. Okay, so now I'll be applying the pocket bag.
No, nothing saying that right. Date listen.
So this is the second the other part of the jacket. I just want to show you guys what I did at the last one before I show you guys the part of the pocket bag. Okay, so now I'll be fixing that pocket bag to the jacket. So you place it like this, then stitch this point. Now after doing this, you are going to place the front panel flat like this, then carry this place upward like this. Now you are just going to stitch here.
Okay.
You can see the way I stitch it. So just follow this process and stitches as so. Then you cut out the excesses and do the same at the other side. You do the same at the other side. Now you won't lock the top because there will still be a flap in these pockets. It's in this video, so I will show you guys the whole process of making the flap. Yeah, you stitch this side also. Then after stitching, you trim the excesses. You can see how neat the pocket is. So this is very easy to make. Now I will show you guys again at the second. Sorry, I'll show you guys now how to fix the flap. Now you place a fusing on a square shaped fabric wide enough to carry your flap. You can see I'm going to iron this fusing. Give it a good press. Make sure you give this a good press, a very good press, so that there will be no poker on the flap. After doing this, you are going to trim the excess fusing. Okay, then you will fold. After trimming this excess fusing, you fold your roll a straight line here, then measure the width of the pocket. Remember I said the width of the pocket is 6.5, so I'm going to mark that 6.5. So you can see I leave an half-inch allowance. I roll around half-inch inward before I mark the 6.5. So you are going to leave allowance 6.5 allowance at both sides. You can see I add allowance at both sides.
Yes.
Okay, now then I fold it into two, then give it a good press. After giving this a good press, you are going to split it. Okay, you are going to split it. So you're going to split it like so. Now after this, you are going to cut out your you are going to cut out your lining. The lining I'll be using to turn this plaquettes that I have, this flap that I have ironed. So I'm going to cut a lining wide enough to carry the flap. I fold it into two, then after folding into two, I'm going to split it. I'm just cross checking if it's enough for the flap. Okay, mine was enough, so now I'm going to split it into two. So now let's go to the sewing of this flap, this pocket flap. Okay, so now I'll be needing I have a cut out. I have cut out a a, a shape for my flap the way I want it to curve. I have this. I use this to sew all my suit jackets. You can cut yours if you want. So this is it. This is the stuff. The stuff I'm using to sew now. That is um what I'll be using to sew this pocket. You can see it's shaped like the pocket flap. Now after marking that line, I'm going to measure 6.5 inches, which is the wideness of my pocket. Then roll a straight line also with this. Now this is when this will be useful for this curve at the edge. You can see the way I'm using it. I'm tracing it out with this stuff I have already. So this is how I get the shape of my pocket. I will do the same also at this. First I will roll a line here, then I will measure the width of this pocket flap, which is 6.5. Same measurement with the pockets. Then I will roll another straight line at this side. So now after connecting it, after rolling it, I'm going to curve it at this point like I did at the last one. Okay, I'm going to connect it at this point like I did at the last one. So now you can see I've got the way I want my pocket shape to be. So now I'm just going to stitch this. Okay, starting from this point, you're going to stitch on the place that I marked with a pen. Then curve it gently.
This is good. Eh?
So now at this point you are going to drag the lining out. You can see the way I drag the lining out a little bit. You are going to drag the lining out a little bit. So you can see I drag the lining out a little bit. Then you are going to trim it. So the reason why I drag the lining, so why I did so is because when I have turned this flap, I wouldn't want the lining to be showing out. So that's why I drag it a little. Now you are going to notch this place. At this cuff part, you are going to notch it so to be easier to turn and give you the same shape like as we have measured. You can see. So I will do the same at this one for better explanation. First, you are going to stitch at this barrel part. You curve it. You follow the shape that you have drawn on the flap. Now getting to this point, getting to this point, you push out the lining out a little. You can see the way I'm pushing it out a little. You push out the lining out a little bit, then you stitch it. This is very important, and if you do not do it so, the lining will show in the finished suits at the flap side. The lining will show. You wouldn't want the lining to show, so this is how you would do it.
Everybody.
Now okay, now after doing this, you are going to notch it like the way I did the last one. You're going to notch it like I did the last one. You're going to notch it also, and after doing that, we go to pressing off this flap. So now you want to press this thing. You make sure you are going to press the inside first. So make sure you press majorly the line that you have sewn, the stitches that you made. You are going to press it. So now after doing this, you are going to turn it inside out. Okay, now first you are going to focus on the edge. Make sure you push the lining inside. Make sure that the lining is not showing. This to make sure the lining is not showing. You're going to push it inside. Then do the same at the
This one is important.
at all the edges of the flap. You can see that I'm adjusting the lining. This is very important. Make sure that the lining is not showing. If this will take you your time, you want to do that, because this is the whole beauty of the jacket. If all these parts that I'm doing is not right, it has ruined the beauty of that jacket. It's very important you focus on this. So now after ironing this, you can see the lining is not showing in any part. Then I will just press it. Okay, make sure you give this a good press. I always take my time when sewing the pockets. You can see I use 2 whole episodes just mainly on this pocket, is because if your pocket finishing is not neat, or both the chest pockets like I did in the last video and this one that I'm doing now, if it's not neat, I'm sorry that your jacket is not won't be as beautiful as you want it to be. So you make sure that you spend time making all those pockets. This is very essential. You might have a good fitting suit, but if your pocket is not neatly sewn, it has ruined the whole beauty of that jacket. So now I'm going to measure the width, I'm sorry, the length of this flap. Then you cut the excesses. So I will just do the same thing like I did in the last one. I'll do it in this. So I will turn it inside out, iron it properly like I did in the last one. I'm not showing this again so you will get everything about this flap. And yeah, mind you, making suits demands patience. You have to take your time. If you take you a day or two to complete just one jacket, it's worthwhile, because you want your customer to be happy, and when they wear your jackets, you want them to they want to come back to make more jackets. Okay, so make sure you are patient in this. Now you can see how neat the flap is. You can see how neat it is. The lining is not showing. It's very neatly turned and ironed. Okay, so now I've give this a good press. Now I will just trim the excess. I'll trim the excess out, and now it's time to place this flap in between the double bone pockets. So this is the front. You can see first I will iron this part. I have not ironed it, so I will iron this part. Now after ironing it, I will place it on the table like this. So now you're going to place this pocket inside of this double bone pocket that you have made. You're going to place it inside. You can see is exactly the fitting or the measurements of the flap. You can see this is very simple. There's nothing difficult here. So now I'm going to measure the length of this. I want it to be around 1.75, so I'm going to make sure it's at 1.75. You can see now I've placed it properly. Then I will cover it with my tablecloth, my ironing cloth or tablecloth, whatever. Then you press it, give it a good press. Wow, you can see how neat it is. You can see the beauty of this pocket. It requires patience, and if it means you trying it over and over again until you get it right, that will be very good, that will be very helpful. So just take your time when doing this. Okay, now I'll be stitching this what is the flap. I'm going to lock it inside. Okay, I'm going to lock it inside. Please guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and like this video, hit notification button, share, and that's it for this pocket. So now I will still give this a good press. You can see how neat it is. You can see the chest pocket and the side pocket. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this suit series, do well to check that video and learn. You will learn a lot from that video. So now I'm going to stitch this part. Now why I did that is for the lining the lining to be arranged inside the suit. You don't want your lining to be jumping inside. Make sure everything is flat and neat. I will do the same as the breast pocket. I'm stitching for this one. I'm stitching it to the dart. Okay, I'm stitching it to the dart. But if you would, for the breast pocket, it's not really necessary because some people like to use their pocketing for this pocket filler. They will just bring the pocketing inside a little bit. It serves as the pocket filler. Okay, you can also do that. So now the next thing is to be cutting. I will be cutting my canvas. Now pay close attention to this. This is very important. This is this is an important part of suit because these help in the structure of the chest. I'm using canvas and Wadi for this. So first you are going to cut out the armhole part of the canvas. You're going to cut out the armhole part of the canvas. Now after cutting this armhole part of this canvas, you are going to, from this shoulder point, the other shoulder point, this point here, you are going to roll with your pen. You can see the way I place it. You're going to roll a line there. You can see, very easy to cut this. So now I've rolled this line. Now I'm just going to cut it out. So in making your suits, people usually melt on this melt on Wadi, but sometimes it does not give you that structure you need. So it's important to use a canvas, a body chest canvas for this. Now I will be folding my Wadi. As a designer, you will know the stuff. This is called Wadi. The one I just cut before is called canvas. You just go to the market, ask for canvas. If you live in Lagos State, you can go to Oshodi Market or Lagos Market to get this. It's called canvas. Now I will cut the armhole part. Now for this body, it will be around half inch smaller than the canvas, except from the armhole part. Other parts will be half inch smaller, except from the armhole part and the shoulder part. The lapel part and the down part will be smaller than the canvas. It will be smaller than the canvas. Okay, make sure it's smaller than the canvas. You can see it. Now I will just press this canvas and the Melton together. The Melton has gum in it. Sorry, the Wadi has gum in it, but the gum is not really is not that strong. So what I do is I will place hemming gum. This is called hemming gum. I'll place hemming gum in between the canvas and the Wadi. You can see I will place the hemming gum, then put my Melton. I keep on saying Melton. Put my Wadi and my canvas together. Then after doing that, I will give this a very, very good press. Apply water if needed. You give this a good press and make sure that that hemming gum have stick to the canvas and the Melton properly. Some people just sew this instead, sew it around, but I prefer just putting this hemming gum to it. So now you give this a good press, iron it over and over again. Make sure that the Wadi and the canvas are stick together properly. So that's it for ironing the canvas. I'll do the same at this. I'm just showing you over and over again to make sure you know this is the second part of the series. I want you to go with this knowledge. It's very important. As a designer, if you are really interested in suits, this is the video for you. I'll do the same like the other one. I'm going to place the hemming gum in between. You can see the way I place the hemming gum. I'm going to place it in between, then give it a very, very good press. Make sure that you iron this properly. Okay, this is the whole build up of the suit. And if you see my recent post, you can see the way I snapped the finished work of this suit that I'm making now. The finished work, I posted this on my YouTube channel. If you have been following my channel, I posted the finished work. You can see if you look at that picture, you see the chest part, how it's formed. So this is what made that look like so. Okay, so now I've ironed it properly. Okay, so now I've given this a good press. No, so now I will be tagging this canvas to the front. I'll be tagging this canvas to the front. This is very simple. You are just going to place. Make sure differentiate your canvas, the left and right. That is very important. So you not iron, make two left canvas or two right canvas. You differentiate the left and the right canvas. Okay, so now after doing this, I will be needing a needle and thread. Okay, I'll be needing a needle and thread to base this canvas to the chest. Now this tagging I'm doing now, this basing I'm doing now is temporary. Is temporary. Is a single thread. You wouldn't double the thread, just a single thread. You wouldn't double it. You can see. So you are just going to baste this canvas to the body. Now I'll do this round from the lapel part, around the shoulder, the armhole part, and back to the lapel part. And when you're doing this, make sure you're always arranging your canvas and the make sure you're always arranging the canvas to the front properly. You can see the way I'm holding it. Make sure you're arranging this properly. So you can see how I'm basting. This is very simple. You're just as if you are doing a running stitch, a basting stitch on the canvas, joining the canvas and the body together. So I'm done basting. Yeah, I'm done basting, and I will just iron this. You can see I will just iron it and I will trim those excesses at the neck part and the armhole that you saw there. I will just give it a good press. Thank you guys for watching this video. The next video will be the facing, and next to the side panel and joining on the side panel and joining on the shoulder, okay, and the sleeve. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate. See you guys on the next episode. Next episode will be the sewing of the facing and enforcing the back and the front together. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate. Like, share, subscribe, and stay connected to this channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. And if you haven't subscribed, please do.